Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here, and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Monday, it's August the 1st. Welcome to a new month. Hope you're doing well. I am enjoying my morning cup of tea here. This morning I have Darjeeling, which I really love. Nice dark tea to start the week, start the month. So if you, by the way, enjoy watching Mornings with 60 and Me, please tell your friends. You can point them to 60andme.com/mornings, and then you'll hear about the news when it's first released. So anyway, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here today. So, this is the beginning of a brand new month. August. We're in the middle of summer. So tell us what you've got planned. Have you got any travel plans this month? Or maybe you've got some friends visiting, or you've got some special treats for yourself. But yeah, let's just share with us what we're doing this August. It's always usually a nice month, at least in the Western Hemisphere. I think our sisters in Australia are experiencing some cold weather, but it's a special month, any month. So just tell us what you're up to. Love to share. And as I said before, this is a place for you to, talk about what's on your minds as well. If you have any comments or feedback on the articles and stories I feature today, just go ahead and join in the conversation and stay here for a while afterwards and meet people, get to know who's out there, and build a community that's even stronger than it is today. So here we go. First piece of news is in Japan. In Japan, another glass ceiling has been broken. A woman whose name is Yuriko Koike, she's age 64, was elected to be the new governor of Tokyo. This is a huge job. It's like 13 million people. She has been the defense minister and also the environment minister before. So a very experienced politician, but she beat her rivals, resoundingly, and is now the leader of the Tokyo. She quite quirky woman, very eccentric and outspoken. She used an anime character, Sally the Witch, and various other characters to talk about her priorities for government. She talks about looking after the elderly, big elderly population in Japan, and also for daycare and family support. So she's really hit a lot of buttons that are relevant to women. And she says that this is a priority for her to prioritize women's issues and I think she said, so that men and women can both shine in Tokyo. So another interesting story coming out of Asia there. Another update quickly on Syria. The Russian officials have announced that they're going to be opening 4 more humanitarian exits out of the city of Aleppo, and a lot of people are taking them up on this offer, getting out of a city that has been bombarded for years, and a lot of rebel soldiers also were using those exits. The government of Syria has offered an amnesty. So some of the soldiers, the rebel soldiers, are taking advantage of that. So let's hope that things continue to go well there to at least get this situation under control. Staying in Asia, just a quick note, for all our sisters who are in Hong Kong, I guess there's a big storm coming your way. It's Nida, it's a typhoon, and they call them typhoons in Asia as opposed to hurricanes, but the point's the same. They have huge winds and lots of destructive power. So it was just passed through the Philippines, and now it's coming towards Hong Kong. So stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, everyone. And this is a season where these typhoons hit this part of the world. So just take care. Back in Europe, in Germany, this weekend, there was a memorial service held for the victims of the Munich attack, the mole attack, and the healing begins. Very difficult time for the German people. And if you're in Germany, if your sisters, the 60 and Me there in Germany, let us know how you're doing. We're here to stand by each other and, just share your story. In France over the weekend, there was a memorial held for the priest who was killed by the ISIS terrorists last week. Nice gesture was that the Muslim group in that part of Normandy suggested that their Muslim followers go to the Christian Mass on Sunday. And there were some lovely pictures of people all together praying, supporting each other, as France comes to grips with this almost sort of new normal of terrorism. But it was a wonderful display of support and solidarity. So that's another. By the way, the Muslim community, the Muslim group is up until yesterday anyway, refusing to bury this terrorist who attacked and killed the priest. So that's another show of support. And also, the latest news today was that the cousin of that killer was arrested in France and is being held and questioned. So I think the story is more complicated than we probably even know now. So on the road to Rio Olympics in 1 week. They have had such a bumpy road, haven't they? They've got, they've had terrorism, they've had political unrest, Zika virus, Russian athletes being banned. It's just been one crazy thing after another. But the ceremonies open this week, Friday. And it's 8 o'clock their time in Rio, so we have to kind of work out the time difference around the world. But it's going to go. And I'm just curious, too, like, are you going to watch? Are you going to watch the Olympics? And if you are, what's your sport that you're really looking forward to seeing? I'd love to know a bit more about that. It's going to be a big event for a few weeks, so we'll cover it as it's appropriate. So, okay. So, in my constant search for good, feel-good stories, I came across a couple of things I want to share. First of all, I want to thank the people who gave comments yesterday to our question about retirement. We asked a question about where you'd like to retire and to describe, the perfect place. And it was interesting. A lot of people said they wanted to live alone or near family, but others said that they wanted to live in a communal situation. This was a very positive answer. And I kind of know this because we've had a lot of dialogue on 60andMe about roommates, about finding roommates in your 60s to live with. But this was interesting. A lot said, I'd love a commune or some cooperative environment where we could do things together, go out, travel, cook meals together, and just be a family. So the story I picked up today, though, is from a group called, what's it called? Anyway, I'll find it later, but there's a story about a place in Holland where they have put college kids together with seniors. It's in Denvester in the Netherlands. And what they basically try to innovate with is that young people who are going to school don't have a lot of options for housing. And seniors who live in that town are dealing with social isolation and being by themselves. So they thought, what if we put these two groups together and created a community? And so it's working really well. We'll put the link so you can read more about it. But they found that it works really beautifully. Not only do the young people get a place to live, but they get the experience of learning from older people. And then the reverse is that older people get to have fun and learn new things. So the students teach them technology, learn about computers. They learn about just kind of what's going on in the world that the younger people are interested in. And then they spend 30 hours a month in this kind of engagement. So they have to, there's a little bit payback there, but it's all good fun. And the feedback is that it's going really, really well. It's a win-win. So is that something that you might be interested in? If there was a senior home where had accommodation facilities where younger people could come and stay. I think it's a kind of neat idea. I think if we had something locally for me, I would do that. I love working with people of all ages, but young people are inspirational. They've got a great perspective on the world too. And of course, we have a lot to offer as well. So, one more story. I always look for these. I type in, feel-good stories, and believe it or not, they're kind of hard and few to come between. They're very difficult to find. But there's one website. It's called Greater Good, and I find things there all the time that are very localized but very sweet, and involve just humans connecting with each other. But they did this article on 5 science-based strategies for happiness. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, here she goes again with how to be happy in my 60s, and I'm either dealing with that well or I'm not, and there's no formula for happiness. And you're right, happiness is not all cups of tea and sunshine and rainbows. It's more than that. But this article talks about specific science-based, with lots of research, ways that you can develop happiness in your life. I'll go through them real quickly, then you can read the article. But I'd like you to try these and see whether they work, okay? So, first, always focus on the good things in life. You can do this by writing down at the end of the day 3 things that happened to you that were fantastic, really enlivened and enriched you. Focus on the good. Add happiness through subtraction. This is an interesting one. It's basically looking at reality in an alternative way and then being grateful. So, for example, I always do this when I fly. I'm on a plane. It's super uncomfortable on a bumpy plane. And then when I come home, I lie in my own little bed, and I think, this is amazing. It's an alternative reality, and I'm grateful for that. So think about the options that others might be facing in your situation. 3, find meaning and purpose. We talk about this all the time, but it's true. And one way that science suggests is for you to take pictures. Just take your cell phone or your camera and take pictures during the day of things that just strike you, that attract you, that you like. And then at the end of the day or week, just look at them and reflect. And so that's sort of finding meaning and purpose in the things that you love. The next thing is to use your strengths. Sometimes we say we don't have any strengths or we've got these shortcomings. We always seem to focus on them. But this article says, focus on one strength. Say, for example, that you're really good at, you're good at making something. You're good at painting or you're good at creating crafts. It says use this talent or this skill a couple of times a week. Make something, do something, exercise that strength, and then just be grateful for it. You don't know that you've got it until you put it into practice. And then the 5th thing, which is my favorite one, is connect with others. And here we are, we're connecting with each other. And it is, according to science, one of the best ways to feel good and happy. And of course, we know it helps you feel healthy and energized. So connecting with others, super important. And of course, we've done a lot of research on this and studies and articles on how when you get into your 60s and 70s, that social engagement is also a really positive thing for staying, for healthy aging. It actually helps you to stay well. So, as I said, happiness is not all a magic formula, but those are 5 ways, practical ways. We love practical ways on 60andMe to actually get out there and enjoy your life and be grateful. So that's the end of the good feel good stories. If you've got any that you'd like to share, please send them to me or send a link, and I'd be very happy to feature them. So I have a request for today. Let's get this month started on a positive note. Let's just start by, first of all, being grateful for what we have. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my life and for my family and friends. And just be grateful. The second thing is, I have a special request. Let's go out today and give one person a compliment. It can be someone that we know, someone that we don't know, perfect stranger, someone that we meet in a shop or we meet on the street or we're just in an elevator. Just say something nice to that person. You've got great eyes. That color really suits you. Make it genuine, of course. Don't make it up, but make it real. Just you see something good in everybody and give someone today a compliment. Let's start August with a positive note. And again, a reminder, of course, that if you do enjoy these morning shows, tell a friend and point them to 60andme.com/mornings. And thanks again for being here. But my question for today, and it relates to connection, is when was the last time that someone gave you an authentic, real compliment? And what did they say? I'd love to know how that experience affected you. So for today, have a wonderful beginning to August. We'll talk again tomorrow on Mornings with 60andMe. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.